Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tears of the Kingdom. Last time, we left off on saving the people of the Rito village from the Colgero and left for the Zora's domain to meet up with our boy, Sidon. Before getting to the land of the fish people, I need to see the region on the map and find the tower covered in oil, along with fish sticks here. So Link pulls out the old Dawn dish soap and begins cleaning it like it's a BP oil spill all over again.
To help save wildlife affected by oil spills, rescue workers have opened up a lot of Dawn.
Anyway, we then fly over the domain and drop into the center of town and find this shit stain mucking out the town's center. I clean up their beloved statue and. Hey, wait a second. That's me! Oh, Sidon, that's so like you. Having a statue built for the two of us and sitting it in the middle of the town center where everyone's gonna be able to see our friendship. Friendship. Oh, I love you, Sai. I mean, we're such good friends. Such good friends. Just friends. I swear. Anyway, this here is Yana, Sidon's bride to be. Yana tells me Sidon is hanging out at Mifa's court, which is at the top of that mountain. If I knew that, I'd have taken my flying device to the top of the mountain rather than crash land in the center of town. Anyway, so we climb the mountain and find Sidon at the top. Apparently, Sidon has the ability to manipulate water, but because of the sludge mixing with the water and making it more difficult for his people, he's stuck trying to keep the clean water separated. He then tells me to find the archaeologist he has looking into more info about the upheaval. I've tasked a Zora historian with investigating ruin fragments and all historical documents related to the sky. As for me, I am not at liberty to leave this spot at present as I am uniquely qualified to deal with the sludge here. We later find this old archaeology fish in the cave, studying a broken slate. Of course, Link has to do everything in this world and finds the broken piece and has to glue it into place. I then have to brush off my old English literature notes because the slate gives me a poem/riddle to solve. Stand upon the land of the skyfish, and behold its lofty view. Among the floating rocks you see, a droplet waits for you. Through this droplet, shoot an arrow with the mark of the king. Do this task, and you shall reveal a most wondrous thing. See the watery bridge's resting spot with your own two eyes, that which connects the Zora to the people of the skies. This great historian here has no idea what any of this poem means, but does suggest that I go see the king because he is mentioned in the poem. But of course, the king's out of town at the moment, so I need to try and find somebody who might know about his whereabouts. Okay, so before we can start on this poem, I need to be able to find the king. I start asking around town until I find these kids playing a game and saying that they know where the king is. But because I don't want anyone thinking I'm a predator while talking to these kids, I sneak behind them and wait for them to talk about the king. On second thought, my idea to get this info makes me seem more like a predator. Well, at least we got our information. Anyway, we find the waterfall the king is hiding behind and find out he was attacked by Princess Zelda? Well, guess that's a mystery for later. So Link tells the king of the poem, and the king gives us some of his skin. Ew. Well, that's the first part of the poem. Now on to the part that somehow took me almost an hour. I literally found the solution, and I ignored it. What do any of the islands look droplet-like? It looks fish-like. So I went back to Sidon, who gave me all the pieces to put it together, but that wasn't enough for me. So then I went back to the historian, who literally spelled it out and I still couldn't piece it together. I have no idea what those could be referring to. If you must shoot an arrow through this droplet from the land of the skyfish, first you must find the land of the... I think that's pretty obvious, my guy. I have never heard of such a place. Perhaps it is truly in the shape of a fish, as the text describes. So, I ran around talking to everyone in the village, hoping for any of them to help. I also quickly did Yana's side quest, which got me the tunic that allows you to swim up waterfalls, the Zora armor. But after getting the armor, I asked her if she knew anything. Yeah, the land of the skyfish, you say? I'm sorry, but I have never heard of such a place. Wonder if this land of the skyfish, perhaps it's simply a place in the sky that is in the shape of a fish. I finally put 2 and 2 together and made my way to the floating island. The only place that is in the sky that is shaped like a fish that I know of is this. This is shaped like a fish. The next part of the poem didn't take me nearly as long to do. Oh, I see it. Hold on. Yeah. So after I found the rocks that line up to make a teardrop shape, I then shoot an arrow through with the king scale attached to it. Pretty simple enough. And on the other side, a beam of light shows up in the water. So I go back to Sidon to see what he's up to, and he's getting ambushed by a mud monster, who for some reason has the weakness to water. Kinda dumb of it to pick on Sidon. Anyway, I help him fight it off, and he gives me the special ability to shower Smash Bros. Players. At that point, you may shoot forth the water as an attack. What? After doing all that, Link and Sidon start heading towards that light beam. Sidon does that thing that you do as a little kid in the pool, where you run around the edge to make the water spin. Link then has the right idea to jump into the water and finds the plumbing of the Zora. Link then pulls a plan from Mario's book and becomes a plumber by unclogging the pipes and letting the water drain. Link then uses the Bluetooth device to turn on the waterfall, and we ascend to the heavens to find the source of the oil. Running through this temple was also pretty boring, but it did introduce me to a few new items, including the fire hydrant here, and the time bomb with a water orb around it. So skipping to the end of the temple, we have 4 very, and I mean very simple puzzles that I, of course, need to make more complex than they were intended to be. Oh, I see now. I don't know why that took me so long. So after taking way too long to solve puzzles that are made for literal children, we pour the water on this mud pile, and out pops the Smash Bros. Player who was hiding underneath. Honestly, after getting into this fight, the hardest part was the floor. It was stickier than any floor that you could find at any club, and Link would not move. So after we beat the boss, Sidon goes through the exact same thing that Tulin did. He gets his Infinity Stone, he gets to talk to his ancestor, we get to see Ganon fucking shit up in the past again, and Sidon ends it by proposing to me. After everything, the Zora domain begins cleaning itself like magic. God, I wish my apartment was like that. And Sidon is announced to take the mantle as king. From this moment on, I shall be the king of Zora. And with 2 kingdoms saved in total, that just leaves 2 more to go. Of course, I decide to make it harder on myself by going to Gerudo Town next. You know, the one on the opposite side of the map. Again. But we'll save that for next time. Thank you for watching and making it to the end. It really means a lot. Please consider hitting the buttons below, you know, like the like and the subscribe. And comment what you liked so I can get better at doing this whole YouTube thing. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!